Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trade. Let me make sure the the channel there is a hmm, okay. Now I can see. Okay, now I can see the channel is working. As any of our traders can see the charts. Thank you, Ben. Um, okay, we have short on the Nasdaq, and we have short on the ES. Okay, this is problem on the Nasdaq. We have a lot of support area, so most likely let's see what happened. We break even, and this one here is gonna come because of the support, and this one here we're gonna close, and we wait for the next trade. There is a new sell on the Nasdaq from the market analyzer, but right now I will take the buy signal on the Nasdaq. Also ES. The minute the Nasdaq switch to the second bar, try to break even, please. We're not your financial advisor. You stay on a sim. We're not responsible for your trades. And you're not paying us to do that either. So whatever you do, it is at your own risk. Now we hit the second bar. We break even immediately. And the Nasdaq seems like the ES doesn't want to hold. But let's see on the pullback where we entered. And we are going to close the ES. The problem is with the Nasdaq, lot of support area, a lot of support, tremendous support. And the market is mixed. So there is no way the Nasdaq is able to take the short and go through all those lines. That's why if you insist on taking a short, it's going to be a very high risk to take a short trade, because when we took a short and made $400-500, and then we got rejected by the support area. So that's what it is. So right now we need to sit on the side to see what this market wants to do, and this is the confliction right now between short and long. So we are no longer able to take any trades at this moment till we have some direction in the market. So we will wait a little bit. And if you are auto trading, I strongly advise you to hold your auto trade for a few minutes until we have a clear direction, which direction this market wants to go. Because at this moment, the market is very mixed, extremely mixed. And the Nasdaq is more to the downside and the ES is more to the upside. So be careful. If you notice here on the market analyzer, the ES is long and the Nasdaq is short. And not all three signals short, is only one. So there is a very volatility at this moment on the Nasdaq and ES, and it is very mixed market. So we wait till we have some kind of confirmation which direction this market wants to take, and then we're gonna nail it. And I'll let you know ahead of time. The Nasdaq, there is no way it's gonna go short with all those support. This is impossible for the Nasdaq to do this. So it's only going to be up, and the entry is above the projection at 29,622, and the ES wants to go up, and that's okay to go up on the ES. The Nasdaq not helping at all. The Nasdaq is a lot of volatility in the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq right now, there is no direction on the Nasdaq. And the problem is there is no short. This is the problem. There is no short on the Nasdaq. And let's see. Also, the ES is very flat at the moment. This is not good. And there is no short on the ES. A lot of support, there is no short. So the only way it is long, the market is extremely mixed, and try to not use the auto trade. Doesn't matter where you auto trade from. It's not an ATM machine you auto trade, that's for sure. So let's see if this market able to, and we are really trying to take the trade before it happened. That's what you need to do with the future trading. You don't wait on 20 auto trades to give you okay. By the time your 20 auto trades gives you the okay, it's too late. This is the biggest mistake you do when you have too much confirmation. You are late in the market, and this one is not going to do, so we're going to close it. And there is no short. I will not take short. A lot of support. I'm not going to take a short. The ES wants to go down. It is much better looking than the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, there is a lot of support. Yes, there is a short trade, but I don't like it. And it's going to drag the ES with him, so I don't like it. So we make it on a small stop loss. The market is extremely mixed. Extremely mixed. We're gonna take a chance on the Nasdaq. Small. There is a lot of fibs, a lot of support, but we're taking chances on it. This is extremely high risk because of the support. And it's going down the hill now. And the problem is with the Nasdaq, there is a lot of support, so I'm not sure that trade is gonna go farther than 29,518. So keep your hand on the mouth. The ES will do much better. Now it's turning around. Okay, we're gonna stop both and wait because the market is extremely mixed. We're not gonna take any more trades because of the support on the Nasdaq, and we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, the ES trying to go long. No matter what we do, we're having a problem when we are going long or short. It's the same problem because the market is mixed. So hopefully now the long will work. Extremely mixed market. The Nasdaq doesn't want to respond with the ES direction. And now the Nasdaq is going to the same direction with a very small stop loss. We're going to break even on the ES immediately. The market is extremely mixed. The Nasdaq has to take off. Absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. There is buyers, and now the buyers over the sellers. And now look, the market on the ES starts trading up to the long, but the problem is with the Nasdaq, it's not responding, Ben, with the same direction as the ES, which in those conditions here, when you are auto trading, you have a lot of problems with auto trading because the market is not in sequence. The ES is not in the same direction uh, as uh, as the Nasdaq, and when they are not on the same direction, you have a problem. Always, you have a problem. So, if the Nasdaq able to break that 29,592, we still have to break the 29,612 before we can confirm the long trade on the Nasdaq, which the ES now start lining up for a long trade. But the Nasdaq is really struggling market at this moment. So you can see it's trying to break the fib, and if it's not able to break the resistance, it's gonna drag the ES down with him again. So this is the problem. It's not the trade; it's the area where it's staying, and then when if the Nasdaq not able to break that resistance, then it's better to force close that trade. So now the Nasdaq is trying very hard to break that resistance here. You can see there are two lines, and look, finally it did. And the secret in the future, when you see somebody trying to sell you to be in a room or something, or when you see he's having 20 indicators in there, that's mean the guy don't have self-confidence and he don't know how to read the market. So when the 20 indicator on his chart telling him to go long, it's too late. The secret with the future is to predict it before it happened. And yes, sometimes when you predict it before it happened, you're gonna have some losses. That's part of the game. So right now, what we are looking for, if the Nasdaq breaking that line here, like what we have talked about, there is a good potential for the Nasdaq to come in to this area here, and we'll see. And look, it's breaking it. That's fine. And now many people don't use dummy trailing stop. If you wanted to use a dummy trailing stop, you put the trailing stop right there. And if you wanted to uh, uh, if you want to secure some of the profit, always try to make it use your trailing stop below that fib line or above the fib line for sure. So we're climbing. That's not bad. There is around $1,000 on those trades, so we're fine. We are okay. A little pullback. It's gonna go up again. Look at this. Jesus. And now we are coming to the double resistance, which most likely I'm gonna keep my eye on it, because on the double resistance could be rejected. You have to be careful. Can be rejected from the double resistance. But now the market is lining up, and Nasdaq again is getting some weakness on the Nasdaq. There is some weakness on the Nasdaq, so we need to keep our eye on the Nasdaq, or maybe we need to close it, close that trade. So we'll see what happened in here. It's coming to this double resistance. It might reject from the double resistance, so be careful if you want to take some institutional numbers. Here it is. Always love institutional. It's around 11 o'clock plus minus 5-10 minutes. And the institutional number here, oh, we are a long way home from. Now watch the ES. This is a double resistance. This is where you need to decide if you want to take the trade out or not. If the ES not able to break those double resistance, is going back to zero with your profit. So be careful. So keep your eye on the double resistance here. And now we are going to the second bridge, 7507. So keep your eye on it. Okay, so you can see where the ES hanging on, you know. So what we do, we go ahead. Okay, perfect entry. And okay, here is the institutional. We're gonna put it on the institutional target. Usually comes around 11 o'clock, and we wait. Now we have a little problem on the ES with the 7507.25. You need to keep your eye on it. If it got rejected, immediately close the trade immediately. Did anyone today had also this connection on the Ninja Trader? Today all day long we've been disconnected. I was on the DAX actually this morning, and I got disconnected, and I got really pissed. You know, so we are going climbing. We're still climbing, and we are going to the institutional, and now we have a lot, so we are going to move this one here below the fib line, secure some of the, well, today I got disconnected 3 times around um, I'm gonna go ahead and secure the profit right there, right below the projection. Um, no, but I was on the DAX from 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and this is where I got disconnected. I was so pissed because I had one position on the DAX this morning. That's the only time I can be alone and enjoying myself is 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, where there is no support, nobody is talking to you. You can get your espresso and sit down and enjoy your day, have a little peace. Go ahead and start taking a profit. This market is finished. Take a profit. It's done. It's finished. Got rejected from this area here. Close position above $1,000 on the Nasdaq. Above 1,000 is good. Now start getting fatigue on the way up, and now here it is. Look, we close it right on time, and we you should not take a trade reversal if you're not educated. But I'm gonna nail reversal. Once the market entered those two yellow lines, this is a reversal area. The ES has already entered the reversal, where amateur traders are going to look at their indicator and it says keep going long, where you don't go long anymore. Now I'm looking for reversal. Very soon I'll reverse the market. The institutional target on the ES is right there, usually around 11 o'clock, 75.11, and the institutional target usually by 11 o'clock, 29,740. But right now, I'm no longer interested in long. Again, I'm no longer interested. I have my auto trades taking long. I have the scalper taking long. Everyone is taking long. But for me, I'm not taking long anymore. I have the ES already taking trade on the long direction, and the Nasdaq is taking long. Everything is taking long, except the YM is smart enough is staying um, on the short position, and now there is exhaustion. That's why look at this. That's why we start taking those trades out, and we maximize the trades. That's why you don't use a dummy trailing stop. Whoever invented the dummy trailing stop is just very amateur, very amateur. Because when you are using the dummy trailing stop, you will never see no more than a couple $100 on a trade. So now here's the thing: is there is a fatigue, and the market has to go down all the way here to secure what's going on, or and confirmation, and to the Nasdaq is right there. So what it is, you should not take a short trade if you don't know what you're doing. But now there is a short trade, and this is where the market is going to start retesting and going back and confirm. And sadly, your indicator keep telling you to go long, but there is no long. We are taking a small trade on the reversal. We cannot be aggressive on the reversal. The Nasdaq will be coming all the way down to here, and please do not take reversal if you don't understand reversal. Reversal is a little bit tricky, and it can be very expensive if you don't know what you're doing on the reversal. So be careful. You know. Here it is, and this is the exit, and I'm expecting the exit on that one is right there. We made a little $1,500 on the way up, and now we are making another $300-400 on the way down, and it is finished. Here is the target. This is a 340 with a couple of $100 on the ES. That's another 500 on the way down. This is not bad. Break even immediately. We are trading reversal. You don't get married to the trade on a reversal. Reversal is very tricky. You break even immediately because what we are doing, we are going against the trend. And if the market come into your now, there's two options. You can take a short, you can close that trade market order and take a couple of $300, or you can stay on that trade, but then you need to break even immediately on the reversal. There is no, you cannot get married to this trade and stay longer than what you need to on the reversal. Reversal, you have to be trained and educated, not by guys sell indicators in the morning and sell pizzas in the evenings. Not a small child, don't know anything about trading. You know how to market a video. Be careful. What happened, we took the trade, but we put the stop loss on the NASDAQ above the FIB. So if the NASDAQ hit above the FIB, where is the resistance right now, so there is no use to cry over that trade. And now the market is sitting, and what we did, we spotted right on where we need to go. We didn't just make 1,500 on the way up. We can also scalp the reverse, and then we can earn another $500 on that. You have no idea how the power of an educated person trading future, and the rest is just a banana. The rest is just banana. He will never make it. And here it is. We are coming to the trade. We are taking profit on the, now the Nasdaq is right there as a re-entry long. So what we do is coming right there, right to the target, and this is another $500-600 on the trade. We broke even. We don't care if the market is going to hit the target, because here there is a re-entry in here. And then what we are going to do, and we are going to be careful, be careful, be careful. We are coming to hit that the target, and okay, then I'm closing the Nasdaq immediately, and then we can, let me see. I'm watching this bar. I'm watching this bar. Which direction is gonna go? Either I close it, I close it. And now on the ES, there is much more potential on the ES to go a little bit further down to this direction on the re-entry level right there now. Has changed to the 7. So I'm watching that bar. The most important is the first bar to the right hand, and the rest is history. And look at this little things. This Nasdaq hit right where we had the target, and now we are coming down to this trade, to this target on the ES. And if it's not, I'm closing the trade. It's finished. So now what we are doing, we're going to wait to see if because was a reversal on the scalper. So now what we wanted to do, look, this is where we set the re-entry long, and I would have closed it and re-entered this market here if I want to, but I don't want to be too aggressive today on the trade. And now what we are going to do, we are going to buy on the ES, and just taking a chance on the ES a little bit. And if it doesn't go to our favor, I close it immediately. Let me see, because there is a buyers. The market is good. And let me see, this Nasdaq now is coming to the fib. So this is extremely aggressive trading. And let's see if this one here gonna nail it, or it's gonna be problem with it. The Nasdaq is gonna go. I'm worried about the ES. I should have waited on the ES. The Nasdaq, we can take it all the way up to here for now, and we'll see what happened. The ES is struggling on the fib, and I think it's gonna break that fib very soon. And I was a little bit early on that trade. The ES really struggling. Once the ES cross this fib, the Nasdaq is gonna fly. So don't worry. So keep your eye on the ES. If the ES cross that fib, and that little thinks is not, and that is gonna make a problem for us. If you don't break the fib, it's gonna make a real problem. Close the trade. No use. The ES was not able uh, to break that resistance, which indicated it's gonna go down again. So he wants to go short. So we can nail it. We can always chase the market and nail the market long or short. Wait, wait, wait. Let's see where this bar going. If the ES didn't go down, we can nail it short or we can nail it long above the fib. So we are waiting to see what happened here. The market is really itchy here. It's really going between short and long. We are going to wait a little bit, and then we can determine if we wanted to go long or short, because it got rejected from the fib, and we entered right on the fib. And let me see what happened in here. The Nasdaq is gonna go down for short position. There is a trend exhaustion on the Nasdaq and the ES. You can see from the analyzer, it is really um, uh, mixed signal, and this is really hard to trade today. So let's see what we can do. If it cross, we're gonna go long. If it cross this one here, we're gonna go long on the ES. If it cross, we are waiting because that's where we had the long trade, and the ES got rejected. Look, got rejected again. You see, got rejected again. So we are waiting. There is no trade on the ES until it cross that bridge here. Okay, and he crossed it. break even immediately. The market is very unstable. Break even immediately. And now the ES across this bridge we're talking about, the first time fell, the second time did it, and this is another 500 on the way up. You can see is the ES is really struggling. The Nasdaq is doing very fine, and now it's 1036. We have an institutional target is right there. Profit taking on institutional target. It could be potential for 1,000, another $1,000 on the biggest trade we had today is 1,200, and there is a good potential if the ES able to break this level here. The Nasdaq is there is a good potential climb into the 29,717. So we'll see if the whole thing here is holding, not the Nasdaq trade. It's the ES if it's able to break this resistance at 7507, and that is going to tell you if you are going to make it on the Nasdaq or not. If the ES not able to break the high number here, 7507, the Nasdaq is collapsing again. So you need to consider taking profit if you want to. We are up to 620 on that trade. Yes, sir. And we're gonna nail it short once we hit the target. We're gonna nail it short. So another $1,000 trade. The institutional, we are taking the profit on the institutional number is right there. And this is the institutional number, profit taken on institutional and profit taken on the institutional. This is another $1,000 trades. Now keep your eye, don't be occupied with the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq decision coming from the 7509 ES. So here it is. Where is the institutional 2? Is way far. Let's keep it for the institutional 2 target, which I know profit taking is going to be on institutional 1, but the Nasdaq still have a long way to go all the way up to the 29,734. So now what we need to do, break even. You know, it's very hard when you are doing it live here on the, because you have to keep your eye on everything. It's simpler when you are alone. You don't have to explain every move. Okay. We have, if you are on the ES trade, there is a profit taken on the institutional 7511, which I'm expecting we're gonna go higher to the 7521 by 11 o'clock plus minus 5-10 minutes. So be careful. You see profit taken on this one here. I'm closing the trade on the ES. Profit taken also is gonna drag the Nasdaq with him. So we took the profit on the institutional and we leave one, so we don't have to struggle with the both of them. And now the Nasdaq is sitting, and once it hit $1,000 on that trade, we're gonna close it as well. But it seems like the ES not able to continue on the ES, so we're gonna go maximize the profit on close position, and we are the ES is struggling to keep going. We are between those two yellow lines. There is a place for reversal. Very soon, I'm gonna reverse the market despite your indicators saying long. But right now, we made a little over $1,000 on those two, and now the market is start sinking. The ES Um, the problem is not the ES. The problem is the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is going to sink again to the 29,623, and that is going to drag the ES with him. And here is your entry point. It's right there. So we are going to just sit on the side, and the first minute there is a door open, whether it's long or short, we're gonna nail it immediately without thinking about it. Today we had two trades over $1,000 on the Nasdaq. This is excellent. Now you can see there is a reversal start firing on the ES. So right now I'm not in a mood to go long. The market is between those two yellow line. This an amateur trader, he thinks because his indicator is saying long, he's gonna go long in here. Where what I'm going to do now, I'm done with the long. I'm waiting for reversal. Where the amateur trader wants to go long, I'm gonna go for reversal. So the higher the market goes, the better off for me. You know, the higher the market goes right now, more higher, higher than this area here, I'm gonna nail it short. So it's like you're trying to, you tell them, you know. And now we are going down to the short where all the amateur traders, their indicators saying long, we are going short. They just stand by. We are going to nail it short. Stand by. We are going to nail it. On the first reversal, we're gonna nail it. Wait. Now you can see the R6, R5, R3 reversals start indicating on the chart, which there is an exhaustion in the trend. And now we are between those two yellow lines. Those is a dead zone. You don't take any more trades long, despite what the market is telling you to go long, despite what the market is telling you. All your indicators are on a full throttle. The real story is not there. The real story is the market is going to go down very soon. That's why now you have a shoot up and we nailed it, but now you can see those 3 4 bars, they are on the same level. That means there is a trend exhausted. You don't need an indicator for that. You can see it was shooting up all the way, and now we have 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bars are on the same level. This means it's bumping in to the fib trailing stop is coming from the market analyzer, and now you can see the exhausted without any indicator or without any. So it could be potential for a few more bars, and that can make me happy because then we can nail it from the top to the bottom. The higher the market goes, the better off when we are going to reverse the market. We nailed the market to the long trade, and we exited on technical. We did not exit on feeling, and now it's gonna go a little bit farther up. That's okay. The Nasdaq right now on the market analyzer is telling you to go long, but we took the long trade from the beginning, so we made over $1,000 on that trade, so we're not worried about it. But right now the market is start slowing down, and I'm not interested in a long trade. Now it is between those two yellow line, and when it is between those two yellow line, I'm gonna reverse the market, and when it is between those two yellow line, I'm going to reverse the market to the long. So right now, the institutional target one is 29,735. So this is where about we are going to reverse the market. So wait. There is no trade right now, and you should not take a long trade anymore. Just wait, wait. Wait, be patient. Institutional target 2, it is on the institutional target 2, it is right there in line 7521, and the moment is 10:46, so we're coming to the end. So be careful, we're coming to the end. Profit taking at those numbers, and now we're not interested into the long trades anymore. We want to go short. The market wants to go short after achieve those targets, and we're about to go down on the ES. Be careful. A lot of support on the ES. So if you are deciding to reverse the market with me, you have to understand this is a high risk because there is a lot of support in there. I'm waiting. I'm not going to reverse the market right now. Wait in the right moment. It will be better if the ES hit the institutional target and then reverse. The institutional target is usually finished around 11 o'clock, plus minus 5-10 minutes. And now we are 10:47. So most likely the market is going to be profit taking by 721, 7521. So let's see. Hold on. Let's see. It's going down. Get ready for a short on the ES and NASDAQ. Get ready, take a profit if you are in a long trade. The market is sinking. A lot of reversal has applied on the ES. Our reversal do not repaint. And now it is like, you're taking a fish out of the water. It's the last breath. The ES is breathing to the long side. It's going to go down. It's finished. Don't look at your indicators only. Do not take long trades anymore, please. Don't. Now it is, you can see the clock is 10:50, 11 o'clock. The market is finished. Be careful. 10:50. We're hitting the institutional at 11 o'clock, plus minus 5-10 minutes. This is it. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put this one. It's 10:50. By 11 o'clock, we should hit target 2 institutional, and it's finished. Coming right on time. 10:50. We're coming institutional, as always, as every day. And now the NASDAQ is arriving on the target 1 institutional, and it is 10:51. Always at 11 o'clock, plus minus 10 minutes, and we're done. And guess what? Now get ready for short. Be patient. Ha, it's going down. Now the reversal fired on the Nasdaq. We came right on time. The reversal's fired. When you see the reversal fired, that means there is exhaustion in the market, and it's finished. It's done. Over. Live with it. It's taking the last breath now. The ES is taking the last breath. It's sinking. Don't take a long trades. It's sinking. Just a small trade. Above the institutional target. The Nasdaq reversal. If you don't know how to reverse, you should not trade any reversal. It's a very high risk trades. You should not take a reversal. Only if you are educated. Break even. Immediately, we are reversing the market. Immediately. And the target is right there at right there. This is how much you're gonna get out of it, nothing more. The ES, that's what your target is on the ES. The max you can get on the ES is right there, and you're done. Trading is an art. If you don't have an art brain, you don't understand the math, you don't understand the numbers, you need to learn. I'm closing the ES. I'm closing the ES. I don't like the ES. And I'm gonna stick with the Nasdaq. Break even. So we are on free flights on the Nasdaq. We're gonna stick with the Nasdaq to the 29,661. And the ES actually, look, this is he wants to climb to the target 2 is 1055. I'm not taking this long trade on the ES. I'm gonna waive that trade on the ES, and let's see if the Nasdaq wants to keep going down. This is another $500 on that trade. Nothing wrong with it. We made a little over 1,000 on the Nasdaq on one trade. The second one we made also almost 1,000 on it, and then on the way reversal another 500, and now another 500 before we close the trades today. Perfect day. Perfect day. Despite the auto trades are struggling today, we managed very well. Despite the market was combination between long and short and sideways and volatility, we managed very well on the trade. And now you need to close. The Nasdaq is over. It's getting risky. It's 11 o'clock, and the Nasdaq is uh, you can, yes, you can squeeze $400 out of that trade easily, but you're done. And it's finished, the Nasdaq. It is finished. Close the trade on the Nasdaq. Close the trade on the Nasdaq, because I know there is a delay, couple seconds, when you are using the YouTube. You are a couple second delay, not from us, it's from the third company to YouTube. And now it is hanging the Nasdaq. And and look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. I closed it. We said at 11 o'clock we'll hit target 2, and look at this beauty. Target 2 will hit at 11 o'clock. It's 10:57, and the ES hit institutional number at 10:58, and it's coming, the train coming right on time. And here it is. Welcome to trading. And there is no more trades on the Nasdaq, and there is no more trades on the ES. It is a lunchtime, and it's a time to go get yourself a nice juicy burger, put your legs up on the table, and enjoy your day. And look, it's 10:58. It's coming at 11, precisely 11 o'clock. It's coming to target 1. We're done. Well, Well, if you still have the taste for the Nasdaq, which I will not advise you to do this, the Nasdaq is, once across this yellow line, you have a long trade. If it crossed the yellow line, but I don't think so, it's going to cross it. Only if the ES hit the target too, and then it's going to be profit taking, and then you reverse it. So, and look, we had the short on the Nasdaq, and look where it come, exactly where we had the target. Look at this. If the Nasdaq crossed the yellow line, it would have been long. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But right now, the ES came right, is 10:59, and it is. Should we go for one more trade? It's a small one. Close that trade. I'm closing it. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. We say thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow, the same channel. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye for now.